Yeah, free will, that's a whole thing. Like I I think I how do I talk about this? Um it's such a good question. I do find it freeing. Um and I don't think we have free will in the way that we think we have free will, but I also don't think that things are determined the way we think they are determined.
Hmm.
We often set up this like false dichotomy of like, well, either I get to decide what I want to do or what happens to me just happens to me and there's no say I have in the matter.
Hmm.
And like to the first person, I would say like even if it's true that you can just do whatever you want to do, you can't choose what you want.
Yeah.
It becomes infinitely recursive at that point. Like you can't you cannot just decide, oh, well, I don't want this thing. I want this other thing instead and change that. So we're not free to choose what we want. We're maybe free to go after what we want. We're free to investigate what we want. We're free to decide whether we want what we want. But if it's just I can do what I want, you're a slave. You're a slave to what it is,
Hmm.
whatever the desire is that's happening, and you're not taking the time to ascertain whether it's true for you or not, and what other options there might be, and what the situation is, and what's called for.
Hmm.
Um, but to the second person who says everything's predetermined, I would say like, well, then why bother do anything? Why bother tell me that? Why? I mean, you very clearly could keep your mouth shut and not say anything. Why get out of bed? Why eat? Why do anything? Like
Hmm.
there is a willful action that's required of us, but that doesn't mean that we get to choose 100% our situation. And it doesn't mean that we get to choose 100% what our desires are, what the motivation, what's driving us. We don't get to choose that. That's a felt sense. We can attune to it or we cannot. We can choose not to, but we don't get to pick what it is. In the sense of like I can just make it up, and then that's the thing that it's going to be. Like we have to make up a thing and then feel a resonance and be like, that feels important,
Hmm.
and then we choose to chase that feeling of importance. But the thing that we can do is accurately attend to the situation, accurately attend to what's inside of us. And then the choice becomes, what do we do about that? How
Hmm.
do those two things want to work together? And they will just work together on their own, which sort of precludes free will. But they work together on their own to the extent that our attention has created space for them to interact the way they need to, and we don't get in the way of it.
Hmm.
Ultimately, all we can choose to do is get in the way or attend to it so well that we're no longer there to get in the way.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, that sounds like a good kind of Buddhist answer, and I'm kind of in line with that.
yeah.